1. In Louisiana, which document must a notary ensure is executed in authentic form to provide the strongest evidentiary presumption? A. Cash sale of movable property. B. Act of donation of immovable property. C. Affidavit of heirship. D. Promissory note. 2. When mentoring a notary candidate, what principle of adult learning best supports mastery of complex Louisiana Civil Code terminology? A. Rote memorization. B. Active participation through case analysis. C. Rigid lecture-only sessions. D. Multiple choice drill repetition. 3. A Louisiana notary is asked to draft a will. What is the notary's primary legal responsibility before execution? A. Ensure heirs agree with the content. B. Confirm the testator has capacity and intent. File the will immediately in the public registry. D. Collect a state-mandated fee. 4. Which of the following acts requires the most careful evaluation of form to ensure compliance with Louisiana law? A. Affidavit of residence. B. Quitclaim deed of immovable property. C. General employment contract. D. Receipt of payment. 5. In teaching prospective notaries, which mentoring strategy aligns with evaluation methods for adult learners? A. Grading on memorization of statutes only. B. Providing scenario-based drafting exercises. C. Assigning lengthy statute reading with no discussion. D. Encouraging passive observation only. 6. Louisiana notaries have authority to perform which of the following without court involvement? A. Probate of a contested will. B. Draft and execute authentic acts. C. Issue arrest warrants. D. Conduct trials of civil disputes. 7. When designing a curriculum for Louisiana notary test preparation, which instructional focus is most effective for regulatory compliance? A. General contract law in common law states. B. Louisiana Civil Code, Title on Obligations. C. Federal notarial rules. D. Comparative law across jurisdictions. 8. Which requirement must be met for an authentic act under Louisiana law? A. 2 witnesses and execution before a notary. B. Filing with the clerk of court. C. Notary acknowledgement alone. D. State-issued stamp. 9. What evaluation method most effectively measures a learner's ability to apply notarial principles in Louisiana? A. Short answer recall quizzes. B. Multiple choice exams only. C. Drafting and analyzing sample authentic acts. D. Matching terms with definitions. 10. If a notary notarizes a document outside Louisiana without dual commission, the act is generally considered A. Invalid under Louisiana law. B. Automatically valid under federal law. C. Valid if acknowledged by a foreign notary. D. Enforceable in all U.S. states. 11. What is the principal distinction between an authentic act and an act under private signature in Louisiana? A. Authentic acts require court approval. B. Authentic acts carry full proof of contents. C. Private signature acts are always invalid. D. Private signature acts cannot transfer movables. 12. In mentoring techniques for adult learners, what approach enhances retention of statutory deadlines in Louisiana succession law? A. Providing mnemonic devices with scenarios. B. Assigning rote copying of statutes. C. Requiring learners to read silently. D. Focusing only on textbook summaries. 13. A Louisiana notary must decline to notarize when the document is in English. B. The signer lacks proper identification. C. The fee is below market. D. The witnesses are related to the notary. 14. Which is an essential principle of regulatory compliance for Louisiana notaries? A. Neutrality and disinterest in transactions. B. Advocacy for one party over another. C. Negotiating terms of private contracts. D. Acting as a legal representative in court. 15. During curriculum development for notary education, what method ensures coverage of mentoring skills? A. Embedding peer review activities. B. Sole reliance on lecture slides. C. Memorization of statute numbers. D. Ignoring learner collaboration. 16. In a Louisiana act of sale, the failure to include the marital status of the parties may result in A. Automatic nullity of the act. B. Possible issues of validity affecting third parties. C. No impact on enforceability. D. Conversion of the act into an affidavit. 17. Which principle of adult education is most useful for preparing learners for ethical scenarios in Louisiana notary practice? A. Drill-based rote repetition. B. Real-world case study discussion. C. Ignoring context to focus on definitions. D. Sole reliance on printed materials. 18. When evaluating learners' drafting skills, which tool best assesses compliance with Louisiana notarial form requirements? A. Checklist-based rubric on statutory elements. B. Oral recall of definitions. C. Peer debate on ethical issues. D. Timed multiple-choice exam. 19. In authentic acts concerning immovable property, Louisiana law requires A. Execution before a notary and 2 witnesses. B. Filing within 30 days to be valid. C. Approval by parish council. D. Notary bond submission. 20. Which statement about Louisiana notaries is correct? A. They have limited jurisdiction to one parish only. B. They are commissioned for statewide authority. C. They act under federal delegation. D. They must be attorneys to qualify. 21. In preparing a mentoring program for notary candidates, what evaluation strategy ensures mastery of notarial oath requirements? A. Multiple choice recall exams only. B. Practical role play of administering oaths. C. Repetition of statutory definitions allowed. D. Passive listening to lectures. 22. A Louisiana notary asked to draft a donation inter vivos must ensure A. The donation is revocable at any time. E. The donation is executed in authentic act form. C. Oral testimony suffices for proof. D. The donation requires no witnesses. 23. What is the key role of communication in mentoring notary candidates? A. Giving one-way directives only. B. Encouraging reflective dialogue and feedback. C. Limiting discussion to minimize confusion. D. Avoiding questions from learners. 24. Which Louisiana Civil Code article generally governs the requirements for authentic acts? A. Article 1833. B. Article 1740. C. Article 2995. D. Article 101. 25. When teaching evaluation methods which best illustrates competency in succession documents. A. Drafting a sample small succession affidavit. B. Listing succession terms from memory. C. Reading statute aloud. D. Memorizing succession deadlines only. 26. Which ethical obligation must Louisiana notaries follow in every act? A. Act with impartiality. B. Advocate for the buyer. Ensure fairness in price. D. Represent one party in litigation. 27. What is the evidentiary effect of an authentic act under Louisiana law? A. Prima facie evidence of its contents. B. Presumption of absolute nullity. C. Only admissible with corroborating evidence. D. Valid only if filed in a notary's office. 28. When mentoring adult learners, which approach ensures compliance-based learning for notary practice? A. Integrating real case compliance failures. B. Memorizing lists of rules without context. C. Passive reading of statutes only. D. Skipping regulatory discussions. 29. If a notary fails to include witnesses where required in Louisiana, the act is generally A. Absolute nullity. B. Valid regardless. C. Automatically enforceable by court order. D. Converted into a private signature act. 30. Which mentoring strategy is most effective when teaching proper drafting of powers of attorney under Louisiana law? A. Guided drafting workshops. B. Memorization-only assignments. C. Pure lecture without practice. D. Open book silent reading. 31. Under Louisiana law, what must accompany an affidavit to ensure notarial validity? A. Jurat with oath administered by a notary. E. Filing with parish clerk immediately. Seal from the Secretary of State. D. 2 disinterested witnesses. 32. What instructional strategy is most appropriate when preparing learners for Louisiana Notary Test essay questions? A. Simulated practice drafting with feedback. B. Memorization of essay prompts. C. Reading model essays silently. D. Avoiding discussion to save time. 33. Which of the following best demonstrates curriculum alignment with Louisiana Notary regulatory compliance? A. Modules on authentic acts, successions, and donations. B. Modules on out-of-state notary practices. C. Training on generic contract drafting in common law. D. Sessions focused solely on federal notarial rules.